Wow. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what today is. It's Monday. It's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard. Oh, no, actually, it's 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. What it do, fam? Let's talk with Stanley Doucette is on the air right now. Call somebody, text somebody, send them an email, send a smoke signal, and let them know Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette is live right now. What it do, family? Get all of those people coming in. It's time for us to ride, ride, ride. I have a show that I actually think is very important today. Nope, don't have a guest. I wanted to do this one myself. I'm super thrilled about this one. So, wherever you are, grab all of the women that you know, grab all of the men that you know, and let's talk about something very, very important. I'm closing out International Women's Month. This is the last one for the whole International Women's and celebrating women and all of those different things. And we've had some phenomenal speakers, some phenomenal guests that have came to Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. Thrilled, pleased with all of those wonderful things and all of the comments, all of the things, the ideas, things that have been floated, things that we're following through on the back end, just so many incredible things that's going on. And I just want to shout all of those wonderful and beautiful ladies out. Thank you so much. But this last show, yeah, this one gonna be something. This one gonna be something. I'm about to touch some nerves. So all I could do is just ask everyone if you would just grab people, call them, and tell them to log into One Voice Radio right now, onevoiceradio.com right now, wherever they are, log in because the show is going to be that. So I'm not going to prolong it. I just want to shout all of my people out from wherever you are around the world, whether it's Belgium, hello, how are you guys doing? South Africa, New Zealand, individuals from South America, the whole continent of North America, all of the territories, all of everything, all of CARICOM, all of the individual states that's in the United States. Listen, my friends north of the border in North America, our Canadian friends, I don't care where you are. Today, I think is one of those shows that we need to be present and accounted for. Today is one of those shows. So I'm super thrilled just about this show. Now, the commercials, as I always like to do, is say shout out to everybody that's logging in, whether you've been here with me since day one or you just joining or stumbled across it on one of the platforms. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. For everybody, do me a favor, go to all of the platforms. Let me see, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, what's the other one? Facebook, and of course, our YouTube channel. Please go to all of those individual places and just simply share with share there, like, subscribe, share, donate. And all I'm doing is just making sure everybody have a fundamental opportunity to see how powerful we are and what we are absolutely doing. What Let's Talk with Stanley you said. Now, I've said all that stuff. I just want to get to this. When you talk about women, and you talk about the international women, and you talk about how everybody's celebrating this month, which is amazing thing, and I'm glad to be a part of it and celebrating and using the platform to help ladies and elevate, uplift them, and blow breath into them and empower all of those other things. That's great. I love doing those things, and the same with my brothers that's out there. But today I want to actually take a little bit different spin, and it's still going to be uplifting all of the ladies, but it's also some of the challenges that the ladies face. And I wanted to take my time. Now, this is not going to be a long podcast, but I absolutely wanted to take my time and discuss this one. I'm fortunate enough to be a father of three beautiful ladies, right? Tariel, Lauren, and Gabrielle. It's amazing. What I think Kobe phrased it, girl dad, I think it is. Yep, girl dad. So know how to comb hair, you know how to cook, you show all of those different things, but you also share and pour into your beautiful daughters different things that they have to be on the lookout for with some crazy people out there. Now, when I say crazy people, it's not specific to men, nor is it specific to women. It's just crazy people. You guys know we always want to make sure that our daughters are well secured, safe, and covered all the time. And that's what we try to do as best as we can as most men, right? But I want to get a little bit further into some things that football is not always the best topic to talk about and just different things. So I want to start this show off with a couple of things. So I think I may have I don't know, 8, 9, 10 different items I just want to kind of peruse through and actually make sure because these are some of the challenges we have to explore and continue to bring things closer to make things work a little bit better. So the first one I want to talk about is sexism and gender bias. Sexism and gender bias. Yes, I can do an entire show just on those two things, but I want to actually do those things, simply talk about those two right now off the bat. Whew. I think it was Hillary Clinton. I remember in her presidential campaign that she was talking about breaking the glass ceiling when she was running for president of the United States. That I remember more specific as she began to share those different things. Now, despite all of the beautiful work ladies have done, women all over the world, whether it's education, whether it's the workforce, whether it's getting into media, whether it's into politics, all of those other beautiful things that you ladies have done, there's still some level of bias from some of the men. Let me just be honest. It's not all men, but some men still have a bias, right? I remember um, recently. I can't remember the lady's name, so I apologize. But I remember it was something that went on at the Baptist convention in America. And it was a lot of fire, I'll just say, around it, and some of the things this wonderful young lady talked about at the convention. I'm not getting into the dials and dusters and all of that stuff from that, but some people were literally upset at the way she presented her information. Now, I'm not getting into what is right, wrong, all of that stuff, but here's my point. How many times have men presented something and they'll say like, oh, he just kind of rogue, or oh, it was fire today and he kind of took a different step. And when this young lady did it, it was all kind of controversy. Well, it also is the same thing that goes on in the workforce. I think it's like women collectively, I think it's 74 cents to every dollar a man gets. And as an African American woman, it's even less than that. So as a woman in general, you're only making about three-quarters of what the man makes, all right? But then on top of that, if you are African American female, it's less than that. It's not saying that you are incapable. They just collectively don't want to pay you and looking down upon you like you can't do the job. Now, I'm not trying to get into different things, but let me just be very specific and clear. I want to talk just on that. I know I've had lady or female supervisors and directors and sergeants and lieutenants and captains, and I've also had the same with males, the exact same thing. If you're good at what you do, you're good at what you do. If you're horrible at what you do, you're horrible at what you do. But there's no way in the world that we should have a pay a wage gap or all of those things. And I know that's a little bit further down I'm gonna talk about, but I don't think and I don't understand why. Just because you're a female, you can do the job. You can do the job. If you can't do the job, you can't. So many times we look at people because of the gender or because of the sexism. And then it's consistently persist in education. It's like they got to take another step forward. Black ladies, African American ladies, holla at your boy. Y'all have to do even more based on just who you are. I think about what First Lady Michelle Obama had to go through with just some of the things that people talked about her in such a horrific way. And she didn't even do anything. Just think about that. So I understand. I understand that piece. I understand some levels of pain when individuals go through those things. So I get it. I get it. It's basically me saying, I absolutely get it. And we want you to be successful. We want you to take it to the highest level. The three ladies I have, and I'm fortunate enough to be their father, I'm not going to tell them to succumb just because of something. I want them to be great. I want them to have aspirations, whether it's to be, like Gabrielle would say, she's going to be a fire in the fire department, the police department, a doctor, and a dentist. So, hey, look, whatever it is, oh, I'm sorry, and an astronaut. So, regardless of what it is, I'm excited for what she does. She's a phenomenal gymnast, right? Inside of all of that, she also has an amazing mind in what she does. I don't want that to be pressed down because of what some other guy thinks. No, we're not doing that. The same with Lauren and the same with Tyriel. All right. So that's the first one I want to talk about. Just those subtle forms of sexism that persist. And it doesn't have to be that way. It just does not have to be that way. All right. So, number two, reproductive rights. Yep, I'm going there today. Reproductive rights. I'm gonna be clear. Let me just say this on my end. I am not a female. I've never understood a female body the way a female does. So, as when you talk about reproductive rights, in my opinion, that is up to the female. It's not up to me, it's up to the female. Now, you can argue about what you think truth is and all that, but you can't argue my opinion. You cannot do that. So when you talk about reproductive rights for a female, it should be up to the female. I'm talking to Congress, I'm talking to backwoods people, I'm talking to all men who thinking they have the right to share with females what they should do to their body. I'm being very, very clear on that. It's not up to me. It's not up to Congress. It's not up to none of us. It should be up to that female. Now, y'all know it's hot and heavy right now. Uh, Roe versus Word. What is it? Roe versus Wade. I think that's the case in 1973, talking about reproductive. I think in 1960, they talked about the pill and birth control and so many other things. We can go real deep on that. I'm not trying to go deep, but I want to be very clear because these are some of the things that women face every day. Some people, believe it or not, I'm just trying to educate some people that may not know. Some people take the pill just to have a regular cycle, just to be consistent, just to be understanding and having your body flow in a certain way. It's for your health. I can't tell a lady what they should or shouldn't do in terms of that. But believe it or not, we have some people that are literally saying what you can and can't do. I think the latest fight is IVF in America and what they should or shouldn't do and how they should or shouldn't do it and all of those other things. I'm not getting into that. If that's what that lady wants to do, that's what she wants to do. We cannot make everybody do what we want them to do. That's not just in women's rights, that's just across the whole spectrum of things. How many times you get up somebody get mad because you have a actual, what would I call it? You have an opinion or your belief. I'm gonna say it even stronger. Your belief in whatever your God is. And because you believe in this God, people are literally going to war and fighting because you have a difference in opinion. That really why we should go to war? Is that really why we should fight and argue? Because we have a difference in opinion? How about becoming grown and understanding that's your opinion? That's not mine. As time go on, you get a little bit more wiser and you think about certain things. Here is something that I want you guys to think about, not think about, but to think about, but to think about. It's this. How many of us just collectively are thinking or listening, excuse me, or hearing to respond and not listening to actually understand? It's a huge thing if you listen to understand, because you can understand what that person value is, what that person is thinking about, where that person is coming from, and not just hearing to respond. There's a lot of controversy going on a lot of things, and what is politics in America, not politics, what you should or shouldn't do, how you should or shouldn't walk, how people are restricting things. Diversity and inclusion. What is it? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're talking about that and what you can and can't do. They're suing some other people because they want to give their grants to African American women. They're upset about that. I mean, and now you get into the reproductive rights and what somebody should do to their body. I dare us. It's your body. It's your body. And then some people will come and say that, oh, well, their religion say this. Okay, she don't believe in that religion. Now what? So now you're going to force her to believe in your religion? I dare you. Stop it. That's just not right. It's not. Listen, y'all can send me all of the emails because I'm here for it today. That is just not right. People will throw the Bible, people will throw the Quran, people will throw the Torah, the Pentateuch, and anything else you want to name. They will throw it and try to beat you in the head for you to believe what they want to believe. No, sir. No, sir. I did not wake up this morning, put my clothes on to satisfy you. I was not even thinking about you when I was in the closet this morning. So when a woman makes a decision about her body, she's making a decision for the best of her, not for you and not for how you want to control somebody. Go control yourself. Get your own mindset. I'm sorry, I'm about to go off. Just make sure when you talk about reproductive rights and some of the challenges that ladies face, some of them is deeply personal. And for whether it's Congress, whether it's an individual, whether it's a governor, or whether it's other group trying to dictate what somebody do, I dare them. And then most of them are hypocrites. They'll say one thing and then go get an abortion at the next state and then wonder why, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Are you kidding me? Stop. We're not going to do that. All right. So that's number two. I told y'all I was, hey, take the gloves off today. Teenage pregnancy. Now, this is not so much of a controversy, but it's a challenge. So if a teenager gets pregnant, right? We're not, in my opinion, I don't believe you should beat a teenager up for making a mistake. I don't. This is some people say, oh, this is a big mistake. Okay, bringing another human being into the world. Okay, great. Number one, is the child or is the teenager healthy? Is the baby healthy? Can we start there first? Can we start there? Stop throwing stones, stop throwing rocks and everything else. First of all, is the teenage mother, is she healthy? Is the baby healthy? Now, how can we as a community love on the baby? See, when a teenager gets pregnant, obviously it's life changing. Now there's going to have a balance in her education, her family, her personal growth, because it is an absolute significant change. Now, that being said, can they be successful? Yes. I know a couple of people that got pregnant when they were in high school, when they're in at the beginning of college, and wind up being some phenomenal, amazing women, right? But it also takes the mindset, the will, the strength of that individual to be poured into by family, friends, the community, to make sure that that person know they will still be successful in spite of making a actual mistake. They will still be successful. Teenage mom, you think about this. Some of you guys, there's a preacher, a speaker, if you will, Sarah Jakes, Bishop T.D. Jakes' daughter. She got pregnant when she was in her teens, and now she's one of the most successful and most powerful speakers that's out. Just amazing person. But when you look at the beginning, and he said, she's a teenager, and oh my God, your dad is this, your mom is that. Oh, you go make a mistake, and now everybody want to beat her up. No, sir, no, ma'am, no how. We're not doing that. She made a mistake. She's loved on. She's helped to be successful. And then now she became one of the most powerful speakers that's in the platform, just actually speaking today as we speak. What better somebody to talk to you about the mistakes they made and to help you elevate so you don't make those mistakes? That is what I'm referring to. How powerful, how powerful is that? So let's not beat each other up or beat others up. Let's take that step and help. If somebody does fall into that, don't make it a bigger challenge than what it is. Let's help blow them up, pick them up, and walk forward in what they're doing. And that way, not only will the teenage mother, eventually the 20-year-old mother, then eventually the 30 and so on and so forth mother, be a powerful and successful woman in society. Well, also the child, the kid, because she don't have that stress. She's not walking around, like, oh my God. Back in the day, people told me put an A on her head, or and all kind of other stuff, because a woman made a mistake. Stop it, man. Stop it. Because if somebody put a mirror up to you and put your life on Times Square, or in London or in Dubai, and let the whole world see it, what will they see? We don't want to talk about that. What will they see? So let's just take our shirts off and stop being so judgmental, and literally blow and help those under individuals and those young ladies. Okay. Let's talk about talk about this, the gender pay gap. Oh, man, I it just doesn't sink into my head, when you talk about the gender pay gap. I know we talked about it. I think it's 74 cent, women gets a man for every dollar a man get, a woman gets 74 cent. If you're an African American lady, is even less than that. It doesn't register to my brain. If somebody's doing the same job, why am I going to pay the male more and pay the female less? It never understand. Now I'm going to say this just popped into my head, and I want to share this. Uh, I remember speaking with somebody, and they were going and they were talking about getting a promotion and what they were going to ask for. And initially they were just like, well, I don't remember the numbers, so I'm just putting numbers out. This is not accurate. I don't remember the numbers, but let's just say the numbers was $100,000, right? That's what they were going to get a year. uh, but they were worth 110,000, so they were only going to ask for 102,000. That never registered to me. If you're worth 110,000, what do you ask for? 110,000. Now, I hear some people saying, "Oh yeah, that's simple." That no. Sometimes ladies, let me speak to my ladies. Hi. Sometimes ladies don't always ask for what they want in the work world or in corporate America, or asking for that grant or that loan or whatever it may be. They may peel themselves short, and instead of asking for the 110, they only ask for 102. No, ask for the whole 110. If they say yes, you got your 110. If they say no and say, well, we're not going to give you 110, we're going to give you 105, or we'll give you 107. Well, that's negotiations. But for whatever reason, some of my ladies, you guys don't ask for the things that you're worth. Ask for what you're worth. Be who you are. Be that one that I'm worth 110,000. Now, whether it's a lady or whether it's a man, we still have to be humble when we're asked. You can't go in there with attitude. You can't go in there snapping your fingers, rolling your neck. All no, 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 no. You still have to be humble when you're asking for it. You have to still be graceful when you're asked for it. That's for a man and a woman, right? Now, some people may say, well, if I go in there and demand something, they're going to start saying, especially to my African American ladies, oh, she's too hard. Oh, she's too direct. Oh, no, that's people trying to diminish your light. Don't let them do it. You're not hard. You're asking for what it is that you're worth. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you go in there and this is for anybody, it's not an African American lady, a white lady, an Asian, a Hispanic, it doesn't matter. When you go in there, if you're graceful, you're graceful. If it's the same on the male end, if you're graceful, you're graceful. Ask for what it is. That's all. Ask what it is. I heard somebody say, you catch a lot more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So that's just one of those things I just popped into my head while I'm saying. But that's one of the things I know a lot of ladies are fussing about and fighting about it. And this keep popping back in my head, so I guess I'm gonna say it here. I remember once upon a time, the U.S. Open, U.S. Tennis Association at the U.S. Open up there in New York, they were paying. I don't remember the numbers. They were paying men, let's say, $2 million, and they were only paying women like a $500,000. I don't remember the number, so don't beat me up and say, "Oh, this is the number." I don't remember the exact numbers. I'm just using that as an example. And then eventually they came through and they fought. The ladies fought to have equal pay. Of okay, if you're paying a man $2 million, why are you not paying us $2 million? So that became a thing, and then eventually they agreed, and now they pay the ladies this amount, they pay the men this amount. Great, everybody walk away. There's nothing wrong with that. So I just want to make sure we're clear. Ladies, make sure you ask for what you want. Be humble about it. Don't be ignorant. Don't be arrogant, but be humble about it. Okay? Be humble about it. And that's also for men. But I'm just in this particular podcast, I'm only talking to my ladies. All right. This one here. This one a lot of people need some, just help with, but it's the work-life balance. Juggling, excuse me, career aspiration, family responsibilities, and just personal well-being is simply can be overwhelming. It simply can be overwhelming. Striving for balance is an ongoing challenge each and every day for a lot of women. So now let me just talk to the single ladies that's out there, right? I know it gets even more difficult when you have to not only juggle your career, but also now family responsibility with your child or children, because it's just you and the children. And then also now add in there personal well-being. As we like to say, get your me time in. All right. How you go into the spa, you go and hang out, get a glass of wine, just to sit and go. All of those things are absolutely, in my opinion, it's a necessity for not for you to do it. Also for men to do it as well, but specifically today for women. All right. So when you talk about that work-life balance, sometimes it can be it can be something. It can be something, because think about this, ladies. You're striving to be the best that you can be in your career. You already feel some kind of way with the genders, and people kind of giving you the sly remarks and subtle things and passive aggressive behavior sometime and all of those things. So in your career in and of itself, you have an added layer of stress. That's there. That's true. You do have an added layer of stress. So you're trying to grow to be the manager or the director or the chief or the regional VP or the senior VP or the executive VP or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So there's a certain thing that you're also working through: office politics, gender politics, sexism politics, and so many other things that you're working on from there. And just also people biases. So you have that adds a level of stress, but there's a work-life balance, and you're always trying to juggle that. Then you have the family responsibility. So you have football, basketball, baseball, soccer, gymnastics, dance, or whatever else you got to do with the kids. So now you're juggling the stuff with your career, Once you get off, now you switch gears into family responsibility of the extracurricular activities on top of homework. Yeah, I understand. On top of homework, then also making sure the child or the children have something to eat. So you juggling those things and you're doing the very best that you're doing. Listen, you're doing the best that you can do. Now, I don't know how you got to that situation. That's not nobody's responsibility, but you're there now. Keep doing and fighting and making sure you're pushing forward. But let me just say, it is a challenge when you start doing that. So you have your career, you have your family responsibilities, and then of course it's like, what about me? Like, I want to just take a deep breath. I want to get into the massage room. I want to go to different places to enjoy myself, to bring it down, to just give me some me time, and then be able to, continue to progress forward, be able to take vacations, to be able to go to the beach and do all of those different things. So we get it overall. Those are just some of the challenges, though, that you face, and we get it. We absolutely get it. Let me see. Uh, oh, this is another good one. Unrepresentation in leadership. Hmm. And I know this is going to be a sore subject for some ladies, but how many times have you guys got overlooked to be in leadership and then turn back around and then everybody want you to train the guy that's in leadership that he was already your subordinate? How about that? I know that kind of that and then now want you to do those things that you've been doing, to do those extra things that you've been doing, and he, in some cases, don't have a clue. Now I'm a man, and I even feel that way. Right? I feel some kind of way for you. So I understand that women continue to be underrepresented in leadership positions just across just everywhere, just everything. Look at it in sports, right? Now I'm not gonna go this and thou and thus and all of what people should or shouldn't do, but look at it in sports. Finally, we're starting to get some people that's getting into the leadership side of sports. Now you have female referees and officials, whether it's NFL and in the NBA. I got to check the baseball. I'm not quite sure, but if you look at that, at least now we have some people that's there. But initially, it was like, oh my God, what are this person going to do? And all of these other things. They did a big old story about the lady that was a line judge in the NFL and so many other things. It's you have women that love football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever, as much as men. And if they can do the job, guess what? Do the job, all right? And do it well. Don't make an excuse, do it well. So I know also, and I got to check on the military side as well. I know once upon a time, um, I think there was a rule where they couldn't, lady captains was not going to go into combat, or as some people would say, downhill and fly on missions in fighter jets. I can't remember if that's still true or not. You guys send me something back just so I'll know. I can't remember. I don't know if they've bypassed that now or that's still the case. But y'all send me something back and just let me know. But just underrepresented in leadership spots, which is true. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies, y'all are making some tremendous strides in leadership across all specters. Y'all are making some tremendous leadership spots. There's this movie. Oh my God, I think it's Game Day or Draft Day, right? It showed it's a movie, and it showed the draft day for, I think it was the Cleveland Browns, and Jennifer Gardner played the lady that was over the salary cap and understanding the salary cap, the hits, the ups, the downs, all of those different things. So if they were to draft somebody or trade somebody, listen to this. This is powerful. Even though X person said, I think it was Kevin Costner played the co-role or what have you. He played the co-role, but he was the general manager, and he was like, if we trade for this guy, he had to go to Jennifer Garner's character and ask, hey, listen, what would that do to the salary cap? Would that hurt us? Would that put us up, down, wherever it was? And that's a beautiful relationship in terms of how it should work. You got leaders, you got a leader, you got a leader conversing to make sure it's good for the overall organization. I think that was beautiful. Here is the thing though, it all doesn't work that way. It all does not work that way. There are some times where people will sit on the board, even in leadership, and here goes that passive aggressive behavior. You may be typing and thinking of something, and something came up, and here's all of my work, and it's great and it's good. And then they'll ask your subordinate to check your work for the board. The what? And the subordinate is like, hold on, I don't know as much as I don't know as much as she do, but you need to, no, no, no. So all of those things are the passive aggressive behaviors that we talk about, the biases and so on. But those underrepresented places in leadership, we need to fill more of those with some ladies. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm not pushing you down today, but I just want to talk to the ladies on this International Day. This last I don't want to say last one, but this is one of the last ones I'm doing at least in this International Month for ladies. So I want to share some love with them. All right. So let's go to healthcare. Let's go to healthcare. Man, why is it a big challenge to fight? And if uh, uh, maternal care. Let me just say maternal care, right? And people sometimes are fussing, arguing, and complaining about maternal care. Why? She just carried a child for 9 months for most people. Her body needs some time to recover. If it's a regular birth or whether it's a C-section, she may need some time to recover. So let's make sure she has some time to recover. Stop trying to push people to do things as, once again, as you would do it. Let them heal. I mean, they face unique challenges. So we have to make sure as much as we can that we absolutely are taking care of. Quite frankly, they are mothers, they are our grandmothers, they are our great grandmothers, and we want to make sure that their health care is up to date. We got to bridge these gaps and for their overall well-being. We can't just start doing stuff and say, okay, that's it, and we just one thing cut, for all. Oh, we got to make sure that we cut these gaps and we make sure they have all of the proper health care that they need. So when they come back to the organization or the company, that now they can work and function at a high level as they always have been. I think that's exceptional. I think that's exceptional. Stereotypes, just cultural norms, expectations to dictate women's role and behavior. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. I'm not gonna stay too much on that, but you can't dictate a woman's role and her behavior, telling her you need to do this. I'm saying this. I saw a clip that came across the phone. This was interesting in Hidden Figures, where Taraji P. Henson was playing, and she laid it out perfectly for this, talking about social expectations and stereotypes. And it was just talking about how she should come to the office, a dress below her knees, 2-inch heels. What was the other one? Pearls around her neck, not too big an earring and not too small, and this and this and this and this. And I was just listening to it, and it's just like, wow, what if you don't have that? What if you legitimately don't have that? Now you have to figure out how to get pearls or how to get 2-inch heels or what have you. Now, I'm not saying go in there looking crazy, but those are just some of the stereotypes that people wanted people to be in this particular way. Not overall, but just in this particular way. That's just not right. So just overall, we can't, determine or create a role and create a behavior that a woman should do when it's just no, it's just wrong. I can't even fix it up. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Um, Let me do this one first. So hmm, if you're black or African American, if you're Asian, if you're from a different nationality or ethnicity or sexuality or disability, people come down, especially if you're a woman and fall in those, you become marginal and you have marginalized backgrounds and face, different challenges. Man, it becomes almost crazy about the way people look down upon you. It's just it's crazy. You're still a human being. Just because your skin is lighter or darker than mine does not change your brilliance. It just doesn't. But so many times the world as a whole put you into this box, and it's just want to make me throw up. So we have to do something better overall to make sure we don't look down on people that's handicapped or that's black, that's Asian, that's Hispanic, that's just and so on. And they're gonna keep calling everybody, but and so on. We just have to do better. We have to do better. And this one I want to talk about. I saved this one for last, and this is violence against women. What is domestic violence, sexual assault, harassment persisting as serious issues? Just domestic violence. I despise you hitting a woman. Let me just say that as to a man, I despise you hitting laying your hands on a woman. Walk away. Just walk away. Sometimes, people be like, yeah, well, she did this. Okay, walk away. Just walk away. Walk away. Now, ladies, let me just interject here. Don't keep provoking the man. Because some of y'all, it's not a whole bunch of y'all, but some of y'all just want to keep provoking them and provoking them. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Men, walk away. Walk away. Let's walk away. Let's walk away. The perverts, the fools, the idiots out there that conduct sexual assaults, you gotta for me, you got a special place in hell. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Can give you this amount of ladies that have spoke to me privately, that have been through some kind of, I don't want to say harassment, I didn't get to that one yet, but some type of sexual assault. That's right, some level of sexual assault. I'm not going to go into graphic details and all of that, but to do that, it's just to invoke your control of a woman. And it's just not right. This is a challenge that women face. And to be in those positions when you are a young girl, it disgusts me. So you talking about people that are literally, well, I'm not gonna go into details, but touching you and trying to penetrate you and doing different things, it makes me disgusted. So for those men that may be listening to the podcast and listen to this, I don't like you. I would say some other things, but we on the air. I don't like you, right? And there's a special place in hell for you. That's how I feel towards you. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then there's the harassment piece that persists, right? There's the harassment piece that piece. There's the harassment side that's still there. Now, on the harassment side, it's women. Listen, you have there's some absolutely exquisitely beautiful women that's out there. There is. I mean, there is some absolutely exquisitely beautiful women that's out there, right? So a lot of people are attracted to you. A lot of men are attracted to you, but you get harassed every single day. But then it's like you don't want to go into a certain place because I don't want to do how would I say it? I want to give all of what I do based on my job and the career and the field and my business. But if I'm in a C level or something and I'm climbing the ranks, I want you guys to see me and I look splendid as my dress. But then sometimes somebody give you that too long of a hug. Y'all know what I mean. Or, they rub their hand down your back. Or, just those slight harassments, right? um accidentally bump into your butt, or accidentally, quote unquote, oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally hit your butt. No, you don't accidentally hit somebody's butt like that. Stop lying. And then, ladies, I know it's difficult, but sometimes you just kind of close your eyes and because he kind of passed so close to you to rub. Ugh. All of those things, whether it's sexual assault, harassment, and so on, it disgusts me. You are better, we know, collectively. So here's what I'm saying. Those are just some of the challenges, ladies, that you face. I'm here to say we recognize that from your standpoint. We understand what it is that you are referring to. We get it. We understand it. Now, everybody, we may not be able to change things at a snap of our finger, but I believe as a whole, we are working towards that place. I understand we're going to that. Now, there are some things, ladies, I know some ladies want it to happen overnight, and some people be like, oh, they're renegades, or they're this, or they're that. You also have to make sure you're changing the culture of so many people and their thought processes of what's happening next. Ladies, you guys can do some amazing things, and men can do some amazing things. I think where we are today is to put it all in proper order, all in proper context, and to make sure we grow collectively as a community, not as the one offs, not as, oh, because I have money, I know more than you. No, what is the most profitable, healthy way? And I'm not talking when I say profitable, I'm not talking about money, profitable way for us to do it and have our well being and all of those beautiful things that we can all exist together and live in harmony. I think that's where we are going to. But the reason I want to lay these out, and the reason I wanted to share this today for on the last podcast that I'm doing on the International Month this year, is the reason I wanted to do it is because I want women to know we also see you, we hear you, we feel you, we understand that you have unique challenges. We get it. My African American ladies that are out there, shout y'all out. And I'm not trying to disparage any other ethnicity. I'm just talking specifically to those African American ladies. We also understand you guys in America have a unique challenge as well. We understand some of the things that you guys are doing. We understand that some of your voting block across the America has literally saved democracy in so many different ways. So hats off to you, salute you. And yes, you deserve better. I'm not even going to say it. Yes, you deserve better. So listen, I know we are all striving to be better. Or I'll say most of us are striving to be better. Some of us, I'm not going to call no names, are literally looking to destroy things. But we're not going to let evil destroy us. Good is going to overcome evil, and there's more good than evil. So I believe it. I believe that wholeheartedly. So listen, guys, don't forget to go to all of my social media platforms. Just like, subscribe, share, join, donate. You can go to Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com. That's where all of my previous podcasts are held. You can donate there, say hello, shout me out, whatever it may be. I would love to hear from you guys. And don't forget, go to my YouTube channel. You guys will see all of the wonderful, uh, what I'll say, old podcasts, right? All of my previous podcasts from all of the seasons, they're there. And I would love to get some information and feedback from you guys. It is absolutely wonderful to hear you guys and y'all respond and comment. So listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. So I will see you guys on the beaches of the world. God bless, and y'all have a powerful, powerful day, evening, or night, wherever you calling from. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Peace. We out.